Greetings, fellow Toxoids. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Stellaris Toxoids, Episode 2, Border Races. For the new scientist I just hired, Elon Lacrosse. Hopefully you'll live longer than your predecessor. Next up, Dragonite. You will be the other surveyor. My societal researcher, or rather, engineer researcher, will be Mr. Redneck. That seems fitting, given that engineering research researches guns. Mardicus, you are the societal research. A nice Greek name for society. And Trustin, you're the physicist. You're the real... Oh, well, that actually works too, right? You are a science teacher, so... I don't know, that's perfect. I like it. You smell some rigging? Don't worry, Tumbling Satellite. If I have a ship that I want to throw at a Leviathan and have it blow up, I'll name it after you.
Construction complete.
Because you're welcome. No ocean space. Correct. Alright, so here's my new science ship after my lovely neighbors blew mine up at Yilden, or whatever it's called. So I'm probably not going to go past Obshala, so let's start surveying... Let's survey south, because north looks like a dead end. So if I obtain Obshala, we lock it down. And I just met new aliens over here. So I'm getting boxed in, is, I think, the take-home message here. My food has been resolved. My energy credits not so much, but I can solve that next. But food being resolved is quite nice. And then I'm actually, oddly enough, now I'm going to sell some consumer goods so that I can build and expand a little bit faster. Hey, buddy. Balancing the initial budget when you're Knights of the Toxic God is kind of challenging, I've found. It's one of the more challenging starts, in my opinion. For budget balancing reasons.
Construction complete.
So now the hope is that my construction ship will make it all the way out ASAP to annex quickly. That's the push. If I can get Obshala, I would be very happy. So there we go. Here is the neighbor that I think was the one that killed the scientist, and I am going to threaten them. Oh, no! They came from a totally different direction. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get Obshala because they just locked it down. So the real push is going to be going to Shurton there. I'm going to harm my relationship with them and then declare them my rival and also close my borders to them. So it is a land rush right now. Big land rush. Ooh, toxic terraforming candidate discovered. It is a 14-size world that is toxic. So what this is one of the new Ascension perks that the Toxoids can get is a detox all the way down here, which allows you to take a toxic world and make it not toxic, which is unique to the Toxoids, so nobody else has access to that, which gives the Toxoids some worlds that nobody could possibly colonize but them. Unless there's another civ out there that's toxic, like I am.
System reconnaissance completed.
Hopefully, I am unique. A snowflake in a galaxy full of snowflakes. Alright, I am being warned that my energy credits are going into the pooper. Noted. And dismissed. There. Propped it up with selling some consumer goods. Oh, there are new aliens here. God. Okay, my neighborhood to the east sucks. It's full of losers.
New
so
sit rep.
Yeah, I mean, that's now a thing. I just have to be mindful of that. Alright, I'm not, again, gonna abduct anyone because it requires extra stuff. Oh, no. Okay. Are you... Okay, you're a surveyor. Good. I think? Yeah, I think they're a surveyor. I thought for a second that they were a construction ship and they were about to lock me in. If they do lock me in, I'll just go to war. I'll blast a hole in their borders and open myself up a path. I'm not against that. We are militarist after all. It would make my militarism people quite happy for me to do that.
Special project complete.
Okay, so now we have 2 of the 5 mass extinction worlds. The second one was at Lambda Serpentis. The other thing is, I'm probably not going to be able to get here to this world because these guys, the Lazavada, closed their border to me. So I can open that border forcefully by going to war with them to be able to get through. And that's probably what I'll end up doing once I know I'm going to win that war. Because I don't want to jump to any wars that I can't win. Alright, let's start making contact. Oh, no, I can't do it for another 140 days. How's everything going? It's toxic. And I like it. We do have a new zone, though. Yep. That Canadian panda, you are now this northern solar system, which makes sense in that you're in Canada. We're making some errors trying to make first contact with our new neighbors, which is fine, I don't care. Come on, finish up. Gotta get moving. Swiggity spooty, move that booty. What do you guys hear in the background? Are you mass hallucinating? Hey, Kilgore, thanks for all the gifted subs, man. Cheers. You only hear the sound of gifted sub bombs? Making it rain.
Recon pass completed.
Alright, where are you gonna go next? Maybe there isn't someone, maybe there isn't an empire here, and it's free real estate. I'm hoping it's free real estate. Okay, we just found the Desolate planet, so I'm going to research that one next. And there is a civilization here. So this is an owned system, meaning that I'm not going to bother surveying it because it's not owned. It can't be owned by me. You can see it's owned because they're already mining the star and a planet. Is this a new Stellaris soundtrack? It's my own soundtrack. So you can see the song playing there. It's something I'm piping in from my own playlist. Because, well, you know. Do you guys...
Construction complete.
Yeah, let me pause while I type this up. Do you want to listen to Stellaris soundtrack or my own? Like I said, I would regularly poll for this. So I think I'm going to be able to get to Shirton in time. It looks like I'm going to be the first one there, which is really nice. I'm going to be able to keep that door open.
Special project complete.
And there is the barren world that I just surveyed. Oh, the other thing I want to do is I want to survey this planet specifically, because this planet... Actually, these 2 planets are both toxic planets, so it would add them as potential... terraforming candidates for the future. Even though I don't own them, I can always go to war and take them. Yeah. Alright, I just unlocked a new edict, which is research subsidies, which I would like to enact instead of Map the Stars. research subsidies increases the amount of research that you get from your researchers.
Science Division report success.
Actually, I'll probably wait on that until we have a bit more progress. Take that back. A bit more survey progress, because I'm still in a big survey fight. Huh? These aren't
System reconnaissance completed.
research candidates. Oh, I think because they're owned, they're not registering as research candidates. That's fine. So I'm going to have a little bit of a border war. Oh, and there we go. Factions founded. So that's really nice. That's going to up my unity. So let's see. My Overseer faction does not like the fact that I don't have science research cooperation agreements with others. I'm not going to be signing those unless they are my vassals, though. And then my militarists. So let's actually name these guys for what they are, these factions. So this is the... Weird, it's not... I can't see it mousing over. Yeah, this is the militarist ethos. So I'm just going to call them militarists. And call these materialists. So they don't have custom names. It's way easier to identify them. And they want me to go conquesting. They want me to be an overlord of someone. They want me to subjugate someone. So I think, Lazavada, you're going to be on the chopping block as soon as I have a navy. I don't have a navy. My navy is pathetic right now. But, like, when I do, you better watch out. Because we're going to be toxic, baby. The other thing I need to do is raffle off Hyken and soon Churton. So let's do that. Hyken, you are Brazos? Oh, V, yes, because I know how to paste. And then Shia Shadow, you're going to be Churton once Churton is mine.
New sit rep.
Ooh, there's an L-gate there. Nice. New research. Let's see. Let's get geothermal fracking for more minerals. You're honored? Perfect. I like that.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
And actually, not only that, but you're going to be on a battlefront because this is where we start the border gore. So you're going to be kind of an important solar system because it's where we border Lazavada. And we are not friends with Lazavada, so they're going to be a lot of war here. Okay, lack of signal. We're trying to make first contact with these guys down here. So the other thing I don't want to do is I don't want to sleep on my western front. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Nikor first because they're already here. But perhaps Nolyan would be a good stretch goal. Perhaps. We'll see. I am going to roll out another construction ship so I can start annexing the other way. And then I need to save up resources to be able to sell stuff because
System reconnaissance completed.
my energy credits are still in the tank. A cause to dance. What? Oh no! What's going on Fangface? They're dancing? People are dancing? Why are you dancing? Random, unplanned dancing has me worried.
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Oh, we found another toxic world that we could potentially colonize. And isolated incidents of spontaneous prolonged dancing on Fangface Prime have escalated somewhat. and groups of hundreds of Malavites now compulsively dancing in a variety of different styles. Surprisingly, even those who have never shown much interest in dancing are suddenly able to perform expert moves, and the old amongst us, and the old amongst them have rediscovered the vigor of their youth. Although many residents are jokingly referring to it as the dancing plague, it's no joking matter. The dancers show no concern for their bodily needs and risk dancing themselves to death. Nice. Alright, so, we can either investigate the dancing plague or start the music. Oh my god. Alright, guys. Well, what do you think? I'll give you 1 minute to vote on that. Do we dance the safety dance, or do we investigate what's making us dance? It's up to you. It looks fun, though. So you got about 30 seconds to vote on that while I nest it down up there. So,
Recon pass completed.
ooh, more precursor activity. Good. How many precursor activities have we found? 1, 2, 3. We need 6. So we're halfway there of discovering them. We haven't actually researched them. And it looks like you guys want me to party. Okay. We're going to party. It might get people killed, but that's what you voted on. So here we have. The Dancing Plague will expire in 180 days. And we have chosen to just accept it and be happy. Well, okay. Lazavada just rivaled me back. Oh, you just got that memo that we've been rivals for a year? And you're finally aware that you should rival me back? Man, you're really up to date. Well done. I'm going to start building a spy network with them, or against them, so I can spy on them, figure out how strong they are, figure out their weaknesses, etc. Our vessel that was sent to investigate the Alpha aliens almost got abducted. Nice. So that's these guys, I think, down here. So, again, a solar system full of losers that want to get us killed. No, I'm wrong. The Alpha aliens is someone over here. Ravages of the Dancing Plague. The Dancing Plague has taken a turn for the worse. At first, our medics took to using heavy sedatives to stop the dancers from dancing themselves to death. However, as they themselves were increasingly affected by these symptoms, the remaining medics were unable to cope, and scores of Malavites have collapsed from exhaustion. With more of the colonists affected by the day, this has gone far beyond the harmless joke that we thought it to be. We must take immediate action to rid ourselves of the plague. Okay, has anyone tried turning off the music?
New sit rep.
Okay, so now I have a new situation where I have to cure the dancers. I have 21 months of my societal research being tied up. Cool. And in the meantime, prop growth speed minus 15%, or 50%. Basically nobody immigrates. Nobody's doing it. They're all dancing, not, making babies. And then everyone's very unhappy. So, good. Speaking of unhappiness, Dennis Keith, thank you for the gifted subs. That reverses my unhappiness about the Dancing Plague. And I will celebrate with you, sir, in a drink. Cheers. You guys. When it has the word plague, you take it yeah, whatever. Alright, so it's isolationist species that is down at, Basta. Gotta keep my eye on them, too.
Construction complete.
Wait, my other construction ship just got abducted. Ah, that's annoying. Could you not? So toxic.
Anomaly found.
So
Recon
I am
task
still
completed.
surveying. The current priority is survey the local sector. I'm still kind of doing that. I'm expanding kind of as fast as I can. Because that is how you win early game Stellaris, is you just branch out like a fungus spore as fast as you can. Alright, my construction ship should return to action in 3 months, and we'll go back to Brazos. I did just get another sector, and it's going to be called the Kilgore.
Anomaly found.
Alright, 2 more months on that construction ship. Would really like if they stopped trying to abduct me. I'm going to double up on my edicts. It will net me less unity per month, but the advantage will be that I will be able to get a little extra oomph when it comes to research. My fortress station here is running out of building room, though, which is not good. And I also need to expand the Fang Face farm, which I will do in next month. Alright, so here's my construction ship. You go back out to Brazos, because I need those energy credits. My economy is in the dumps. And I really only have one more of those, like, world events going on. So I should also get out to Tau Cygni once this researcher is done, to finish up that chain. Because the mass extinction through the ages chain only has that, oh, no, never mind. It has a planet here that's under, Lazavada control. So this isn't urgent. I forgot about that.
Construction complete.
Oh, who the hell are you? Chores Compass? Oh, really? Back there? Okay, well that sucks for me. Didn't want you as neighbors, but I have no choice. So these guys are NPCs, and they're kind of annoying to have in my own backyard. But oh well. I do have Tignana Vec in my own backyard. That's amazing. I am going to exploit the heck out of that in just a second. So Fortress Station, you need housing. And I don't have the minerals to build that. I will move some resources around. I don't really want to sell alloys though, but I will move as many resources around to try to be able to afford to build there. Although I'm going bankrupt pretty soon, so, you know, rip. I'm going to bring this up to fast speed.
System reconnaissance completed.
Instead of going past Logum, go this way. See if there's someone I have to compete for territory down that way.
Permanent communications have been established with an alien empire.
And the alien empire that I just made contact with is where? They are, okay, it is the guys that are down here, and they are evangelizing zealots. So, more rivals. So I'm being pinned in every direction by people I hate. Oh, good. Two-front war. When has that ever gone wrong? Sounds like a good time.
Project complete.
Okay, so the dancing plague has been neutralized, and it opened up 2 gas extraction wells, which was the source of the plague on Fangface. So it eventually got better. So the features here, I have a fuming bog, which allows me to extract gas out of the planet once I have gas extraction research done. So I don't know, it paid off eventually. Not a huge fan about, you know, dancing myself to death. But the end result, can't argue with.
Science Division report success.
Alright, my scientists, knowing that I'm going to go to war kind of soon, let's start to get better weapons. So I'll go with blue lasers. Because I suspect I'm going to be fighting people in no time. Especially how they're creeping towards my territory. In fact, if they get they get this sector here, I'm going to be sort of boxed out. We also have another sector to raffle off. Tumbling Satellite, congratulations. You are a solar system. A mining solar system, so hopefully the namesake doesn't get those mining stations broken.
Construction complete.
Those are some weird chirps.
System reconnaissance completed.
Alright, I'm going to start with this scientist researching the anomalies here, because I'm about to lose access to them. And also, the extension through the ages, I'm going to stop tracking that.
Construction complete.
Because it's kind of moot at the moment. Oh, actually, that is a 6. Go for that first. Oh, it's too late. Darn.
Construction complete. Science Division report success.
Let's steal the minerals from La Zavada. They're not gonna like it, but you know what? I don't care. New science. Knowing that we're going to go to war pretty soon, I think Corvette hulls or afterburners would be nice. Robot workers would be great, but they're not going to benefit us for years to come because it takes a while to roll some robots out. So we'll go with the immediate gain of stronger Corvette ships. Oh, what the heck? Where'd my... I had minerals and then they just disappeared on me. Where did they go?
Recon pass completed.
Okay, here we are. Discovery. I'm going to go Discovery again. So research alternatives go up, giving us more options for our research, and then our scientists can level up a little bit higher. I'm going to try to finish the Discovery tree and then move
complete.
down to the expansion tree. So I'm definitely going to get Nolyan. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go any further. Oh, I found a crash site at Pell. Seeds of Destruction is called this crash site. I would like to get to that if I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but I will fight the brand Sacred Mandate if I have to. The other issue is, of course, I don't really have much of a navy at the moment. I've been investing everything in expansion, so if they do fight me, I'm going to have to turtle a bit, but that's okay. So we just met the Caravanneers up here in Chore's Compass. They're NPCs that you can, like, gamble with. And I won't be doing that because I don't have spare money. So instead, let's try to make first contact with Alpha Aliens. Yeah, it's fine. So my envoy just pissed off La Zavada Combine, which is fine because they're my rivals. So good job, you did your job correctly. Ooh. Oh, good. And I just met Fanatical Purifiers, who literally don't do diplomacy. All they want to do is kill, purge, and murder. And they are, like, overwhelmingly more powerful than I am. Good. This is good. Yep, that's real good. What the heck? Time to start working on my navy. Man, this is a terrible, terrible galaxy start. Like ridiculously bad. Okay. Just roll the punches.
Construction complete.
My budget's almost balanced.
Construction complete.
So there is that. Tall for the win? Yeah. I'm really worried about the
Recon pass
Coloctora
completed.
destroyers because the fanatical purifiers don't mess around. They have a huge bonus to combat early on. Alright, the fumes lie thick. What planet is this? It's a cautionary tale about a planet that's here that smells like farts. Nice. And it destroyed the robots that live there. And their horrible farts. Basically, they made a Venus and they regret it.
Construction complete.
So this planet is going to be an agri-world. I'll just designate it as such. And I want to roll out... What I want to do is I want to move my agricultural district on my homeworld to become a generator district to help with my energy credits, and then have Fangface focus solely on agriculture. So once I have the resources to sort of shift those things around, that's my plan. All the while working on my navy, because my ships are very weak.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
What would help militarize? Let's get colonial centralization for planetary capital on the homeworld and Hall of Judgment. Not that I'm going to be using the Hall of Judgment. That'll help a bit. And all of my scientists just leveled up. Let's see. You gained material expertise. You gained just a level. And you became paranoid. Swell. I think, Trustin, you're the paranoid one? Oh, life is pain. Does it make sense to make a rush for Tignani Vec? Yeah, it probably does. I don't really have a scientist in the right vicinity for that. So... Instead of poking around, I don't really... So, the weird thing is, I'm not sure why the Coloctora destroyers are so tiny. My best guess is they piss someone off and that someone beat them up, which makes me more fearful. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. But what I could do is roll out another scientist to work on Tignana Vec. Because Tignana Vec is a very science resource rich system. So, yeah, I'll work towards that. I might even be able to lock Brienne's Sacred Mandate out from locking me in over here. Because I'm getting this system here. Oh, and I just got Nolyan and Kyosite, or whatever it's called. So it's going to be known as Sir Roland. And... Amris W. Oh, and one more. We've got Finarel. Is that all? Yeah, I think that's all of them.
Construction complete.
So now I'm just doubling back and I'm exploiting the resources that I skipped over in my haste. Science ship, here you are, and a new scientist named Turtle Sandwich.
System reconnaissance completed.
Follow live. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So now I've got Turtle Sandwich serving Tignanavec. Oh, and Dragonite just got Arrested Development. That's a bit of a problem. He is... only can level up to level 5. I guess level 5 is high enough. I'll let it go. The other scientists can go up to 7, but 5 is still pretty high level. Alright, these guys are like... yeah, let me just harm my relation with them, and then propose that they're rivals. And they rival me back immediately. Love you too.
Science Division report success.
Blue lasers is done. Let's go with improved deflectors. So, speaking of ships, my Corvette's ships is going to be Simnatus. There they are. And... oh, wait, this is my defense station. Whoopsie. I was like, what's going on? This doesn't look like a Corvette. There we are. Put in my better lasers. And then put in a reactor booster. And roll that out to all my ships.
Construction complete. Ships refitted.
Okay, my Senatus Corvettes are ready to go when the call of war, the drums of war sound. Cradle of Life. Yes, I know. So next up, let's say Fangface. You need workplace, so I'll add an agricultural district. And then on my homeworld, I would like to replace the agriculture with generator, and I need 16 more minerals, so I will wait and stare at this until I get it done.
Anomaly found.
And it's done.
Recon
So that should help
task
my
completed.
energy credits a bit. So here, like a toxic amoeba that I am trying to surround Brand Sacred Mandate with my own territory so that they cannot box me in. Because I am boxed in over there in the east. I'm likely going to be boxed in on the southeast. And then I'm going to be boxed in on the west if I don't hurry.
System reconnaissance completed. System reconnaissance completed.
So, Tignanavec is done. Let's get all of that glorious societal research,
complete.
which, for reference, I'm getting about 52 a month. So that increases my societal research by like 50%, which is stupidly absurd. That's so much. And now I'm at a standstill of influence. I'm going to make the destroyers my rival as well.
Anomaly
so now I have
found.
3 rivals, and that should help to maximize the amount of influence I get per month, allowing me to add more territories. Hopefully. Ooh, a Gaia world. Hello. I'll see you.
Anomaly found.
I'm not really sure why the destroyers have such a tiny little territory. Like,
Construction
it's weird.
complete.
I don't get it. So, I also want to investigate that as well. Oh, my retinas. My poor retinas. Okay. The Tale of a Night, Elias Alvanen Banishment. Thy reckless behavior almost brought death upon 5 of your fellow knights. Thou art of pure heart, and thy goal art noble, but transgressions against the order cannot be overlooked. The Knight Commander was stern and severe. Around him, all the knights present, either in the flesh or via holocrons. They stood silently as the commander spoke. By my powers, I strip thee of knighthood and banish thee from the order. May fate have mercy upon thee. He bowed, deposited the insignia of the order on the hangar's floor, then turned without a word and climbed aboard a small ship. Later chronicles would report that banished knight knew the sentence to be fair, but did little to ease their grief. When one's whole life has been in service of the order, to be cut out of it is like losing a limb. As they had done many times before, flew out of the keep's hangar and into the great beyond. This time, there would be no return.
Special project complete.
Well, don't get people killed, dude. No one's fault but your own. Oh, the Tale of Night. Oh, this is the same dude. In banishment, he was left adrift. Stories tell of an aimless errance across the stars until, at last, a message came from their squire. Master, I hope fate treat thee well. I have sorted through data from thy last quest, and thou commandeth. Thou shalt find coordinates attached to this message. I know not if thou shalt find this useful now. Prithee, be careful. Thou were a most righteous master, and I hope to see thee again. Moved by these words, he was spurred to action. If they could only return to the order with something of value, their honor might yet be restored. The coordinates led their deep into a nebula. Okay, I think that's a typo. The coordinates led them deep into a nebula. Nested in the ambient mists was a lone station, a fortified structure that seemed pulled out of a dream. He stepped into the derelict interior, haunted by the bones of long-dead lifeforms, and protected by a phalanx of sentry droids. Hot-headed and impatient, they rushed to meet the Metal Guardians. 3 times they charged, and 3 times they were driven back. The droids' motion sensors proved unerring. But strength is not the only weapon of a knight. And though he often overlooked the cunning and patience, this time a plan began to form in their minds. Thank you for tuning in to Stellaris Toxoids, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams that adjust to your time zone. If you'd like to join my gaming community, a link can be found in the description of the video or at Rhodamont.com. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Adios.